welcome to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I am Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Early Wine, and the fall season is kicked off. Even though it's not really fall yet, but it's getting close.
It's one of the burr months.
Comes.
We're in the burr months. The burrs are my favorite. September, October, November, December. I like the burr months. Yeah.
Never heard anybody put it that way.
They're my favorite.
Yeah, lots of stuff coming up. It gets busy this time of year. And one of the things that it gets busy for us is Shadows of Elmwood.
Oh, I was like, what? Tell me. What are we doing? I know. It's next weekend, and we love Shadows of Elmwood. We've talked about it a lot on this show.
Gosh.
It's probably a little bit of what, got us really into local history, don't you think?
I think it did too.
And Stacey and I have been doing it for 10 years. There was a year that they didn't do it because of COVID in 2020, but it's 10 years ago, I believe, is when it started. And basically, it's history in action, portrayed by live people in first person. So you think that they are that person, and we talk about the founders of Flora and people that lived interesting lives in Clay County and what their stories
really
are.
Neat. It's really, really
right
neat.
on a wagon full of straw and go through the cemetery at a slow pace. So if you've never been, it's Friday and Saturday, the 12th and 13th, I believe that's right, of September. Next weekend starts at the Flora Depot. Ticket prices are I think $10 a person.
It is so worth it.
Yeah, it's a great night. Tickets go on sale at 5. And I think they go on sale a little bit before.
I think they go before, because the first wagon goes through at 5.
Yes.
I think. Now, and the other thing is people it's a really long line, but we have hay bales set up there for you to sit on and wait. And there are actually skits at the depot. That way you're being entertained before you even get on the wagon. Getting on the wagon is not difficult. They have steps to get you up on the wagon. They will help you get up on the wagon. And there's always the option of having the golf cart. There are golf carts that if you absolutely cannot sit on that wagon that long.
Yep. Some people just aren't physically able to get into the wagon, even with a helper. So that's what the golf carts are there. And it's not an extra charge for the golf cart. You just have to request it.
Got to request the golf cart.
Yep.
It is a good time. I look for this is our 10th year, so it's the best of the Shadows.
So all of the skits have at one time been done before. You're not going to remember them verbatim, even if you've attended every year. Especially the early ones, you won't. I mean, they're great stories.
Oh, they are great stories.
Oh, and another thing I was going to say about the line is that you could bypass the line altogether if you didn't want to wait in it.
That's right.
They have the benefactor tickets, so you can pay $25 per person. And then, boop, you just get on the next wagon. You get to bypass the line.
And let's talk about the money that
it is
raised.
a fundraiser.
It is a fundraiser.
So
for Rotary. Rotary does a ton for our community. So you might think that $25 to skip the line is pricey, but you pay attention to what you're actually besides the great entertainment, you are supporting the Rotary. Everything Rotary does stays in our town.
Yep.
This is Flora's Rotary Chat, and everything stays here. It's not like you're putting your money somewhere else. You will benefit from it. And, we all, And
what has Rotary done? Let's talk about some of the things
they've done. Let's talk about Rotary.
They took over Kiwanis Park because Kiwanis was no longer an organization locally. So they take care of that park.
They
built the skate park. They built the basketball court, and they are
disc golf.
They're the disc golf at Charlie Brown Park. They're putting in new parking and bathrooms, I think, out at the skateboard and skate park and at the basketball. They let's see, they.
I didn't mention
pickleball.
The dog park.
The dog park
out at Charlie Brown Park.
And I think the pickleball courts that are there.
Pickleball was a grant that came from the state. No, actually, Linda Spicer was the one responsible for getting that pickleball grant. Okay. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Rotary doesn't take it over and take care of it.
Well, no, I saw something Rotary was putting. Maybe they were putting in benches or something. They were helping with something.
Yeah, because I know the pickleball, it did come from a grant.
Okay, good.
I do know that. But here's the thing. It's like you go on Facebook and everybody's always ranting and raving that there is nothing to do. Everything costs money. If you want things to happen in our county, you have got to support the events that create the revenue.
Right.
End of story. So, like I said, come out to Shadows. You're going to be entertained in the process.
Yeah.
You know, people are like, oh, we need this, we need that. Well, you know, that stuff just doesn't pop out of thin air.
Yeah, you have to pay for it.
So you have got to support. So when you think that $10 might be too much, think about what you're getting in the.
You're right.
And I mean, it's just crazy. I could go on for days about.
And the talent of the people that are in it is amazing, that they really get into these characters. They dress the part, they look the part, they feel the part, and they portray these stories from Flora and Clay County's past, and it's incredible.
Yeah, it's very important to support, especially somebody like Rotary. And when the chamber has events, the chamber does things too. Support these events, and don't get yourself out of whack because an armband's $20.
Yeah,
calm down. I mean, good night. We spend $5 like it's nothing anymore. But but it's very, very.
It'll be a great night. It's two of my favorite nights of the whole year.
I love doing it too. It's
I
fun.
will be bringing back a great role that I played several years ago. You too.
Yeah, and I'm going to be at the depot this year. I don't get to stay at the cemetery.
Oh, Malia's at the depot this year too, and she's a little sad about it.
Yeah, I like being at the cemetery because you get
the
cemetery you get that moment where you can just sit there and just chill out. When you're at the depot, you've constantly got people in front of you.
You end one skit and you take a deep breath and then you begin again for the next group. So, although, when you're at the cemetery as an actress, it can move pretty quickly too, but you at least have a minute or two there to.
Yeah, because sometimes we're out there we usually get out there about 4:00. We don't leave till midnight.
Yeah.
So,
on the bright side, you will get home a little earlier this year since you're at the depot.
That is the only thing that's good about that because I've been at the depot. And I've been at the depot and got done when the last lag before it left and was able to go home. And I've been the very last skit. The very last skit is like, oh, but Lovett's going to be over there. His last skit's. He's next to last if they move it on down. Otherwise, he might be the last one. He's on the far south.
I've been the last skit too, and it's a great way to end the night. Usually it's a really emotional message is the one at the end, and it's fun to be there. But it's also we might not get home until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I think the longest I ever spent out there, the latest I was ever out there, I actually left the cemetery at 1:30 in the morning, and I was dewy. It was wet, and I was cold, and I got sicker than a dog. It's like I got caught in such a cold.
I mean, if you have any questions about how exhausting it is to be one of the actors or actresses out there, just tonight, just about 4:00, go stand outside and bring a piece of paper with an article on it and read that out loud
40
over
times.
and over until about 2 o'clock in the morning. And then the next day, see if you're very tired. I mean, it doesn't sound like hard work, but it really is. It's exhausting.
And I go back to that very first year we did it. We didn't have chairs. We stood there. And then it was like the next, unless you're going to sit on the ground, you stood.
Yeah.
And I'm a hairdresser. I stand in the same spot for 10 hours a day, and it's like I was about to die, and there was nowhere to go. Then we started bringing chairs in. Now we're all smart. Now we bring props. Yeah, last year the Gypsies was amazing because I had a table. I could put my drink, my glasses, my script. After a while, then you memorize the script.
My cigarette, remember? We played Gypsies last year. My Gypsy was known as a smoker. Yours was a chewing tobacco.
I chewed tobacco.
Yeah. But we didn't have that in the skit. But my cigarette was there. I got
the greatest picture of Beth smoking a cigarette. I'm probably during a commercial. It's not lit, but it's funny. I'm probably going to send that to Ty here in just a minute. The world needs to see. The world needs to see that
because it's definitely not my character.
It was her character.
You
look pretty comfortable sitting there with that.
Did I?
And she wasn't even holding on to it. It was like
I had it stuck in my lips. I've watched a lot of TV. I know how it's done. I'm an actress.
But no, the cemetery. I can't remember. Yeah, Jim's bringing back a good character. Like I said, it was the best of. And it's one of those things that you're going to go, oh my gosh, I had no idea. I had no idea. It's that's because we don't study our history in our town.
Right. Yep.
And it's important to know your history.
And that's why it's important to tell you guys all these interesting things about our past.
That's
that we do on the show.
That's why we like it.
Most of the time. So do you have an ad for us?
I do.
Okay. Let's see it.
Max Factor.
Ooh,
This is a Max Factor. Look at this. Black and white ad, but except for the red lips and red.
Ooh, clever.
Yeah. Do your lips feel dry? Try this Hollywood lipstick. Here's a lipstick created by Max Factor Hollywood that is an answer to your every lip makeup problem. Just note these 4 amazing features. Lifelike red of your lips. Non-drying but indelible? What's indelible mean?
It's not going to wipe off.
Okay. Safe for sensitive lips. Eliminates lipstick line. It's called True Color Lipstick, and it's created in color harmony shades to add the correct color allure to the lips of blonde, brunettes, brownettes, and redheads. For a thrilling new lip makeup experience, try Max Factor Hollywood True Color Lipstick today. And you probably can't see what that price is, but how much do you think that little lipstick's worth?
Ooh, this is like the price is right. $1.20.
$1.
$1.
Yep.
I wish lipstick was still $1.
Okay, so can you recognize the model?
She does look familiar.
Irene Dunn.
Oh, I see that now in the top
Radio.
corner.
She was in My Favorite Wife. Favorite Wife. Yeah, but I just loved. I came across this and I'm like, what the heck, Max? I love the black and white picture with the red lipstick. This is from the 50s.
Yeah, super cute.
That is. I mean, it's. I mean, these guys.
I love a good red lipstick.
Red
I wear red.
I wear red a lot. I do wear it a lot.
This is my
especially
favorite
this time of year.
I have it over here. It's Almay red.
I do. Didn't we do a favorite
Treat
things
Yourself.
episode? Didn't you
Did
bring
I
that?
do that? I might have.
I think you did.
But yeah, Almay lipstick. It's hard to find these days. In red.
Yeah. I'm a lipstick person. I've got a ton of different lipsticks. Yeah. I'm to that point now where I literally I need to go and get my, I got to clean out my makeup thing now.
Oh.
I've been on a makeup buying.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? You have a ton? I get bored.
Well, it's a little addictive.
It is, and I get bored with it. And I like lots of different colors. And
I would buy more makeup myself, but I seem to always be buying makeup for other females that lived in my house. Like, one's gone now, but then the other one wears makeup too. So it's like, they like expensive makeup. I find I buy it for them, but then I'm just like, I don't buy as much for myself anymore.
I do it like my base. You know, I'm a Mary Kay girl, and I like that Mary Kay foundation. Mary Kay mascara is my favorite, but color lipstick, I'll buy stuff that's 50 cents at the Dollar Tree if I like the color. When it comes to like the colors, eyeshadows and stuff, I have some Mary Kay, some Merle Norman, but for the most part, when it comes to the color stuff, I just grab. I'm a face. I don't know if you guys know it, but I'm fidgety. I move all the time.
I've noticed.
I move all the time. Did you know that about me?
I think I might have known that.
So I'm constantly touching and moving moving my hair and stuff. So, yeah.
What was interesting about that ad is she said brunette or brownette. That's a term I was not familiar with.
As a hairdresser, I've never heard the term brownette. It's usually blonde, brunette, red hair. Brunettes fall in that dark. Yeah. Or then you like have every once in a while the black.
Am I brunette or brownette?
You would be brunette. You're dark.
Yeah.
You would be brunette. I would be a natural brownette because I'm not as dark as you. But yeah, you're natural. I would say that the brunette's 3 and below, and you're level 3.
Good.
If that makes you feel.
Makes me feel great. I don't know what
Abby
I meant, but
over
I like
there.
it.
She'd be considered a dirty blonde. She's a dark blonde. She's got that's her natural hair color, isn't it? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, she's a dark blonde. So yeah, very neat. Okay. But a brownette, I'd never heard that till I read that. I'm like, wow, brownette.
Yeah,
I like
brownette.
it.
I kind of like it.
I see we bring it back because not all,
Yeah, we'll just start saying it every day.
You're a brownette. I'm going to do it. And we're going to take a commercial break, and Beth is going to have a fun little interesting.
I got some interesting tidbits
today, so we will be right back.
At your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville, you can count on experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, the Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville carry a large inventory of Napa products for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced associates understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa Know-How at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville. Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
We like technology at Flora Savings Bank. Here's what you can accomplish in our mobile banking app in less than 30 seconds. See account balances in your transactions, set up an account alert, make a transfer between accounts, get an alert text message about your transfer, pay a bill, turn your debit card off and then back on. It all happens in the palm of your hand with our free My Bank to Go app. Search My Bank to Go in the App Store or Google Play and give mobile banking a try. Flora Savings Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. Today's episode is kind of a mishmash of some interesting things that we want to talk about that, you know, aren't long enough for a whole episode. But I'm going to kick it off with talking about this woman named Ann Brown Newcomb.
Newcomb.
Okay.
Don't know her.
Yeah. Well, here's the interesting thing. Like when we do our research, like one of the main things that I use is findagrave.com. It's a website or it's an app, whichever one. It's fantastic. We look up people all the time, every week, who we're going to talk about. Sometimes their obituary information's on there. Sometimes it isn't, but you can see who their parents were, who their kids were, and then just kind of start going. I use that along with ancestry.com.
But it'll have, like, sometimes there's large articles about these people,
yeah, you can find out so much. It really just depends on the person in that area who put the research on there, who uploaded it all onto the app or to the website. And we have some excellent people in our area, one especially, the lady in black that does a lot of Clay County stuff. This particular woman I'm talking about is from Effingham County. But how I found her was so interesting. So on Find a Grave, if you just like want to type in a cemetery or a county, like I just typed in Clay County, but then you can click on there. Did you know that you can do this? Click famous. That's all you got to do. You don't put any names in. You can just put in the location.
Right. I'm going right now.
And then you can click famous and then hit search, and it will show you all of the famous people that are buried in that county that are famous, or in that cemetery that are famous. Clay County I don't think it had any famous people buried in Clay County. Although, I mean, there are a couple at Elmwood that I would consider famous. The guy that wrote Away in the Manger, he should be considered famous. It just hasn't been entered as such.
So, like, I'm just going to hit Old Louisville Cemetery.
Okay, there's probably, since you're in Clay County, there's
it won't say famous on it.
Go back and then hit, go to, like, your original search page and type in Effingham County.
Like this, any location?
Yeah, just type in any location. Yours is kind of different than mine.
Mine is different, and mine's hard.
I think you need to go back to the original front homepage.
Okay, let me go back here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah. So, go to memorial search.
Memorial search or cemetery search? Memorial.
Okay.
See, but then I have to type in somebody's name.
Nope, you don't have to put in a name. Go down to cemetery location and just type in Effingham County, Illinois.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
Okay. And then there's going to be an option to check famous.
Effingham County, United States of America.
Is it Illinois or Georgia?
Illinois.
Okay, click that.
Clicked it.
Okay. Now, if you scroll on down, there's some other options, or is there one that says refine search?
Oh, boy. Now, okay, so apparently it just took me to this weird.
Okay.
You keep talking.
I'll keep talking. So, anyway, I just clicked famous, okay?
Yeah.
And then I searched Effingham County, Marion County, Clinton County, all around me. I was pulling up all these famous people that are buried around here. Now, famous to you and famous to me and famous to whoever entered it can be a little bit different. So, a lot of the famous people are in some capacity famous. They're not all movie stars, though.
Right.
They are congressmen. They're Civil War generals and people that had important roles in wars. They are there. I mean, it's ridiculous how many that there are. and I got sucked into this
Oh, jeez.
just journey into famous people that are buried in Southern Illinois, and then I went into this whole Illinois. I just left it. My search field was Illinois. What famous people are buried in Illinois? Just the whole entire state. Well, then that opened it up to Chicago, and it was more people than I could even scroll through. But some of them had really amazing stories. They're considered famous but they're not somebody that you would immediately know or have heard of, because sure, there's movie stars, but they weren't. They were people that had an important role in history and are in a history book or considered famous for something that they've done. And so I would like to do an entire episode on Southern Illinois or Illinois famous people. This is just kind of what I touched on first, just the first one I came to that was somewhat local. I printed this out because I thought she was worth mentioning. I have a picture of Mary Ann Newcomb, if Ty wants to pull that up. This is the gal we're going to talk about today.
How old is that picture?
Well, she lived from January the 5th of 1817 to December the 23rd of 1892. So this is from the late 1800s, and doesn't she just look like the nicest woman?
Yeah.
The nicest grandmotherly woman.
She definitely looks
that would bake you one heck of a loaf of bread and send you on your way with a big old hug. Like, she just looks like a truly kind and caring woman, and she really was. She was a nurse for the Union Army during the Civil War.
Oh, my goodness.
She was a camp and hospital nurse. She followed around. She was very independent. But she wrote a book, and I have not read the book, but I have added it to my list of books that I want to read. And it's called 4 Years of Work and Personal Experience in the War. Okay, so she was a nurse in the Civil War for 4 years, and then she went on to write a book about it, because obviously you could. Yeah. I want to read it, but I don't want to read it because
I bet it's
the goriness of what happened in those camps and stuff just really break my heart.
It'll
but
bring you down.
I also am so proud. I don't know her, but I'm just like so proud of women like this that jumped up and served when they needed to. So when the war broke out, her husband and her son both enlisted in the Union Army. So her men go off to war. So what does she do? She paid for her own way to go to Fort Donelson, and she followed the Battle of Fort Donelson. And when she got there, she found that both of her men, her husband and her son, had been wounded in that battle, and so she stayed and cared for them. So she followed them to war. There were some women that did this, more so in the Revolutionary War, I think, than in the Civil War. But do you know what I'm going to get ready to compare it to? It's not Little House on the Prairie.
What? It's not?
And it's not Downton Abbey, so it must be
Outlander?
Outlander, yes. Because Claire followed Jamie into battle many times in the show, in the books, Outlander, and there were other people that did that as well. Of course, it wasn't the Civil War. Yeah, I would think I'd follow him anywhere. So,
yeah, they picked the looker for that part, yeah.
So anyway, she found out that both her son and her husband were wounded. And so she, this is a line from her book. She says, a quote here, "As I walked over that battlefield in search of loved ones and saw the terrible work that war had made and thought of the wave of woe that was surging over the land, I felt to say in my heart, oh God, how long must we suffer?" And there's actually a marker in Stewart County, Tennessee, to her that is to all that served in memory of Ann Brown Newcomb, 1861 to 1865, that served those years. So she had absolutely no experience with wounded soldiers. She was not a nurse. She had no experience caring for wounded people at all. But like other Civil War nurses, she relinquished her everyday responsibilities. So she was just like, I'm going to just leave everything at home. I'm walking away from home, and I'm just going to become a nurse. And her husband, his name was First Sergeant Hiram A.W. Newcomb, and he was born in 1811. and he was wounded on February the 15th of 1862, and he died 11 days later.
Oh, wow.
Excuse me, I've had a bad cold. So, yeah, she cared for him for those whole 11 days. And then, gosh, I'm so sorry.
Did you get any drugs?
I didn't get any drugs, no, but
These
have had one heck of a cold.
Yeah, they're not good, are they?
No. Oh, gosh. You might have to talk.
What?
Yes,
I may have to talk?
Start reading this paragraph.
Okay, I'm going to read this paragraph
and I'm
right
gonna
here.
Cough.
Where she provided care for her son.
Yeah, take over.
She provided care for her son, who healed and returned to active service, and her severely wounded husband, who wished that she care for the boys with the 11th Illinois Infantry Regiment. She ignored the chief surgeon's commands for lights out at 9 p.m. Right there, just grit and gumption.
Yeah, she's got grit and gumption.
Yeah, she does.
Definitely, because they told her after the lights went out, or at 9 p.m., you just go to bed, and anybody that's moaning, groaning, crying out for help, we'll get to them in the morning.
Oh, man.
Can you imagine a hospital being run like that?
No.
People need your help 24 hours a day, not just during daylight hours.
Right. She provided necessary care for the soldiers. This was partly because she was a volunteer nurse and did not report up the military chain of command.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
She made
she did.
She made smart decisions to stay independent, and I think that last paragraph talks about that.
When no doctor was available, she amputated a finger, which was unusual among nurses. Mary Ann Brown was born on January 5th, 1817, in Cayuga County, New York, the daughter of Mary Lockwood and Russell Brown. She died at her home in Effingham, Illinois, on December 23rd, 1892. She is buried at Oak Ridge Cemetery in Effingham, Illinois.
Okay, so maybe I didn't print out the rest of it, but there was another write-up about her that I read where the Union Army offered to pay her, like, let us put you, you'll have a pension, you'll be paid, we'll take care of all of your housing while you're helping, all of this. They offered her everything that they were offering to, like, Civil War doctor or whatever. And she said no. She said,
really?
She said, thank you, but no. I like to come and go when I need to come and go.
So she was like, nope, you're not buying me.
Yeah, I will follow my people, and I will not be under anyone's command but my own.
Wow.
Smart woman, because then she served exactly where she wanted to serve. And she said, and if there's a time where they do not want me at this hospital and they ask me to leave, I will kindly leave. But I will not stay here and be told what to do. I will do as I please. Mic drop.
That's right.
Strong woman. I love a strong woman.
Me too.
Good for her.
Good for her.
Yeah. So there were two different articles that both basically said the same thing, but one went into a little bit more detail.
She definitely had grit and gumption.
She did have grit and gumption.
And and so, but like when you typed in, you went to find her. Did you do Effingham?
I did Effingham. I typed in Effingham County, and then I clicked famous.
Yeah,
just to see.
There is a famous. I don't pay attention to anything.
Just to see if there was any famous people buried in Effingham County. I mean, maybe there's somebody really big there that we just didn't know about.
Right.
Most of the people I found buried around our area were either congressmen that didn't have anything like super fantastic to talk about, and they were boring. Or veterans, which I would like to dig into.
Lots of veterans.
Deeper. We can save those stories for maybe Veterans Day or something like that, 4th of July.
Like I don't know. I don't know.
But you can do that with any county. And then that's when I widened it to just Illinois. And oh my lands, the cool stories. I mean, I know that Chicago's not really our area, but it is our state. So at some point, we might do a show on some famous people that are buried in Chicago, because there are some really neat stories up there.
Oh, yeah. But I never even saw it. Right there it is. Famous.
Who's famous? Like, let's see what they've done. And I
cool.
love a story of a strong woman from the past, because a lot of times the history books, especially the ones Stacey and I have about Clay County, the ones that we can find at the library, they talk a lot about men. They don't
talk
Clay
about
County
women
men,
much.
all about the Clay County men. This guy did this, and then there's never much said about the women.
Yeah.
We did an episode on strong women from Clay County.
We did.
We only had a few because we really can't find as many stories about women as there are men. That's just how history is. So when this lady is considered famous and she's from the Civil War and there was a whole story about her, you bet I wanted to talk about her.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool. So.
And we're going to take a commercial break, and we will be right back.
If you're looking for a loan for your brand new home, call Clay County State Bank. If you want to transfer money so your future will look sunny, call Clay County State Bank.
We got checking and savings and bill pay too.
An online banking, just ask our crew. For all your banking needs, we think you will agree. Clay County State Bank is the place you need to be. Clay County State Bank.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Tomorrow. Some fear the uncertainty it brings. Some trust the promise it holds. At Grinnell Mutual, we are always looking forward to tomorrow, growing and innovating. So even if the plans you have for the future aren't the same as the plans that the future holds for you, you can be ready. Because we'll be ready, like we have been for over 100 years. Trust in that. Trust in tomorrow. Talk to your mutual agent today.
Your local agent is on the square. Louisville, Clay County Farmers Mutual Insurance.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. We're just kind of talking about several different interesting things today.
We are randoming it up today.
And one thing I want to talk about, I've talked a little bit about this on another episode, but this little old phone book.
It's so cute.
From 1932. This is a Flora directory, City of Flora. It's borrowed. It's on loan from Ann Venable, and I have not forgotten. I am going to return it to you, I promise. And that's why I want to talk about it today, is because I've had this long enough and deserves to get it back. But I wanted to hold on to it until I was done talking about it completely. And I didn't feel like I really got to hit on everything that I wanted to the last time.
Yeah.
So,
old phone books have a lot of information in
Oh,
them.
they sure do. I would love to have one from like every year ever printed for Clay County.
Wonder if you could even,
neat?
I wonder if you could even find them.
But the thing is, okay, so there's so many ads that are in this. So not just, and the number one most interesting thing about this book, what is that all of these people that are listed that live here, it says their name, their address, but not a phone number. There's no phone numbers listed. This is
a phone book.
It's a directory.
Oh, wait. Okay, now you've lost me.
I don't know.
So you're not calling anybody?
Well, the businesses have phone numbers, like Scudamore. He's at the top of every page, Scudamore's, and it says the number for Scudamore's, phone 24. Phone 24. Throgmorton Drugstore, phone 242.
So is this back in the day? Is this, okay, what year is this?
32.
So
you pick it up, ring-a-ding-a-ding.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
And you say, "Give me Bessie.
Yeah.
I need to talk to let me just pick a name.
Who did Lily Tomlin play?
Can I speak to Miss Virginia Stanford?
Yeah.
Get Virginia on the phone." And then the lady would just connect you without a number.
Do you remember that skit Lily Tomlin used to do? Was it Laugh In? Did she do that on Laugh In?
I don't know what it was on.
I don't know, but that was funny. And she was the one ringy dingy.
Yeah, one
two ringy dingy.
Okay, so Angelo's Coffee Shop. We talked about Angelo's. This is this was the business, Ann Venable's family businesses, but their ad is so cute. This is what it says: there are two places to eat: home and Angelo's Coffee Shop. And then at the bottom in small print, it says the address, 128 East North Avenue, Flora, Illinois. So
I love it.
Direct to the point.
That's right.
Pretty cute. There are two places, but actually at this time in Florida, there was a ton of places to eat.
Yeah, there was a bunch.
That's what makes this.
Cafes were every other building.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that would have been where North Wayne Insurance is at right now, right?
Okay.
I think that's the building.
Is it that one or the one where Tangles is? They were in both. They had a small one and then a big one.
That would be West North Avenue.
Tangles would...
Yeah, Tangles down by the Dairy Queen.
Yeah, but it's at the other side of the stop sign. It would be east. Right?
No, that's west.
Oh, right, because it is right. Okay,
yeah, because my old shop was West North Avenue.
Yeah,
now I'm
you're
on
right.
East North Avenue.
So you're right. It would be...
Okay, somebody mark. I'm right.
You're right. You're right. I'm wrong.
Yay.
Okay.
What else do we got?
Square Deal, Grocery and Market, Foods of Quality, Oscar Crown Proprietor, phone number 11, Flora, Illinois. You ever heard of Square Deal?
Uh-uh.
Square Deal, I'd never heard of that one. Foods of Quality, doesn't say an address. Square Deal, Grocery Market.
I've never heard of that. I'm sure Don Thomas is watching, and he'll let us
know.
know. Or John Baylor will let us know.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to let us know.
Uh-huh.
I love the fact that you just dialed 24.
Uh-huh. Okay, so this is kind of like the yellow pages at the back of the book, even though they're not yellow. It has everything broke down into categories. So under the category restaurants, there are, in fact, only 4.
Okay.
Which kind of surprises me because I thought there was a whole bunch. Haycock's Cafe was at 110 West North Avenue.
Okay.
Angelo's Coffee Shop at 128 East North Avenue.
Okay. Keith's
Cafe at 223 West North Avenue.
Okay.
And Foster's Restaurant on South Main.
So we had a restaurant on South Main.
Yeah, I wonder if it was like down there by Andy's Market kind of or something.
I don't know, but this is going to bring us a whole bunch of information.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Anne may never get this book back.
I'm going to copy it before I get it back. There was a shoe shine parlor at 107 West North Avenue. Arthur Collins.
A shoe shine parlor.
Uh-huh. Yep. They had a secondhand store, the original Country Closet.
Come on.
And it was on West 3rd Street, which leads to Country Closet.
Right.
And it was ran by L. McConnell.
Huh.
It didn't have a name. It was just a secondhand store. Physicians and surgeons in 1932, Flora, were H.D. Fehrenbacher. He was on the 2nd floor of the Flora National Bank building.
Mm-hmm.
R.D. Finch, he was at 119.5 East North Avenue. N.W. Bowman, 221 East 2nd Street. W.A. Thomas, the Pierce building on East North Avenue. And L.L. Hutchins, the 2nd floor of the Stanford building. Millinery. 1, 2, 3. There was 5 milliners in town. You know what a milliner is?
No.
It's a hat maker. It's like a hat. Millinery is like
no
making.
Way. We had hat makers in town.
We had more hat makers than we had restaurants.
Well, that's important back in the day.
We had Scudamore Brothers.
They made them.
I don't know if millinery means they had to be the one that make it, or they just also sold them.
They sold them
or fitted them. I'm not sure. J.C. Penney, which was at 123 East North Avenue. Siegel's Style Shop, 113 East North Avenue. Della Gill, I would say she was a true milliner and made them.
I would say so.
104 West North Avenue. And Gus Friend, 127 West North Avenue.
How many hairdressers? Do they got hair salons listed in there?
I'm sure they do.
Let's see how many stylists. Of course, that would probably be beauty shop back in the day, right? Would it be under beauty shops?
Oh, I said there's only 4 under restaurants.
Yeah.
There's another category called lunchrooms.
Lunchroom.
We got Hockman's Cafe at 206 West North Avenue. Mac's Cafe at East North Avenue. The Comeback Inn, East North Avenue. And the Big 5 at 116 West North Avenue. Okay, so I'm looking for hairdressers.
Very interesting. Like I said, it's probably beauty shops back in the day. The beauty parlor.
The filling stations is like a mile long.
I miss the mom and pop filling stations. I want to go in and hear it go ding ding, and I want the little old man to come out and wash my window and check my oil and check my washing fluid and then fill up my car. I hate pumping my own gas.
We have 2 sections. We have beauty parlors and we have barbers.
Woo, let's see what the beauty parlors are.
Beauty parlors are C.B. Dobbs at 127 East North Avenue. Lady Fair at 111 North Main. Mrs. H.H. Redenauer at 128 West 2nd Street. Della Gill at 104 West North Avenue. And then the Flora Beauty Shop at 125 West North Avenue.
How fun.
Barbers were C.B. Dobbs at 127 East North Avenue. The Yeck Brothers, Randall Wolf, C.H. Maddox, Arthur Burt, Ellie Sapp, Robert Ward, Lauren Atterbury, W.E. Sullivan, and Virgil Lucas. They were almost all of them on North Avenue. East and West North Avenue were just lined. All of them were there except...
all downtown.
Except for Virgil Lucas, and he was on South Locust.
Oh.
Everybody else was on North Avenue.
How fun is that?
I know. North Avenue was like...
It was booming. It was booming.
Booming, people.
What's that red and white store that I'm seeing? Is that meats? I don't have my glasses on.
Red and white store. Groceries and meats. Sam Lauterbach, proprietor. It was at 500 East 2nd Street.
And that's what's funny, because the grocery stores and the meat, I mean, so every section, like your northeast, your southeast, your southwest, your northwest, they all had their own.
I haven't heard of this one either. Renfro Variety Store, Flora, Illinois. Everything found in the modern variety store. Gifts, cosmetics, toilet goods, greeting cards, etc. Candies and chewing gum. Phone 54R, Flora, Illinois. We got the Pure Milk Company. We've talked about that.
Pure Milk, yeah.
Here's an ad for one of the barber and beauty shops. Okay. Dobbs's Barber and Beauty Shop for the best in barber or beauty culture. Your patronage solicited. Satisfactory service guaranteed. Phone 54X for appointment.
54X.
I don't know what the X is
all
about.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Kitley's Service Station. Robert M. Kitley, proprietor. Everything in high-grade gas, oils, and greases. Cleaners, naphtha. A lot of insurance.
That would be interesting to do.
These people here, they paid for color.
Let me see.
It's a pink page.
Oh, the Orpheum Theater.
The Orpheum. Enjoy a pleasant evening at the new Orpheum Theater, Flora, Illinois. The home of high-grade talking pictures. Phone 73.
I want to take a picture of that.
Okay.
Before we load up today. I got to see that. The Orpheum, gosh. If only.
There's several pages that they left blank so that you could fill in address changes and numbers of people that have moved.
That's so cool.
Let me figure
out. Can you look up names?
Yes.
Look up and see if there's any hemp pills. This is what year?
Yeah,
32?
I think I did that.
Is this 32?
Yeah.
See what? Because I know they came in the 30s. See what hemp pills are in the phone book.
You've got C.E. Christabel.
Yep.
They are on 401 East 4th.
Yep.
You've got Harry and Iris on 401 South Mill.
That's my granny and grandpa.
Okay. Then you've got Miss Jenny Hempill on East 4th. And Sam Hempill on East 4th. And Mrs. Sarah Hempill on East 4th. So they all have the same address. They just listed them separately.
They just listed them separately. Yep. Iris Harry and Iris are my grandparents. My granny and grandparents. And that was on South Mill?
Yes. Let me give you their address. 401 South Mill.
401 South Mill.
Yeah, because
look that up.
My great-grandparents are listed in here on Short Street, which did you tell me that was back
That's
behind
down by me.
Football field? 120.
No, Short Street is on South Locust, between South Locust and South Main.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You told me, kind of by where the Thackerys live.
Yeah,
you told me.
401 South Mill.
And mine's 121 Short Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that they lived there.
Yeah. And yours were on Short Street. Yeah, that's that little bitty Short Street, right where you turn to go to Carrie Thackeray's. Right there, just right next there.
Okay.
Huh, how interesting.
Ebner Ice Storage. We did an entire episode on Ebner Ice Storage. It was the big ice plant. Their ad says, depend on ice in all weather. Pays for itself and the food it saves.
We got to take a commercial break.
Gosh. Okay.
Here we go. We get to rambling on this stuff.
I know. Okay, we'll be right back.
Do you bowl like this? That's great. Do you bowl like this? That's great too. That's because whether you're a pro or you just want to have a lot of fun, at Pegel's Silver Dollar Lanes, we have a lane for you. We have galaxy bowling, gaming for kids and adults, Joe's Pizza, a full bar, darts, pool, and fresh and clean bowling shoes. Boy, does that smell nice. So come on down to Pegel Silver Dollar Lanes in Effingham, where we have a lane for you.
My name is Robin Stanford. I own Stanford Marketing. It's a promotional products business along with an embroidery business. And we do custom hats, t-shirts, anything, you name it, we can make it. People like that we do stuff in-house and we can actually make things here and that we're not contracting the work out to other places. We never say no. We always try to find a way to do it. If anybody can do it, we can do it. We are hardworking women, that is for sure. Come to Stanford Marketing in Flora for all your custom and promotional needs.
Give me order lumber. Doors, paint, windows, electrical, plumbing, and much more. Oh yeah, give me all your guns too.
John Lucas.
What?
You better be dreaming about all the stuff we sell here at Zink Building Center.
Oh, I would. Zink Building Center in Louisville on Route 45. It's a cool place.
A picture.
Okay, welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. We're talking about old 1932 directory of Flora and all of the interesting ads that are in it because it's really a gem of a book. It really gives you a window into what life was like here in 1932.
Do you think that that would actually be at the would they have that at the library, all those books?
They do not have this one at the library, I know. I have looked at their old directories there. They don't. I think they only have one. It's a copy and it's in a binder.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. So I know I've read some of this on an earlier episode, so I won't. I'll try not to read the pages I've already read, but it does talk about how the city's mapped out. Oh, this store, I'd never heard of this one. Siegel's Style Shop. They ran a whole ad. I think I talked about it a little bit.
Siegel's
Mentioned it a few minutes ago when I
Style
talked about milliners. But Siegel's Style Shop, exclusive ladies ready-to-wear, millinery, and silk hose.
There's millinery again.
Prince's coats, gauge hats. It was at 113 East North Avenue. Which building do you think that would be?
Which one?
113 East North Avenue.
East North.
Is that about
Not
where
me.
Anthony's is?
The theater's 120. So, Ty, I sent you that picture.
Okay.
We're gonna bring you a goodie.
We were talking earlier about the cemetery tour, and Stacey's determined to find the terrible picture of me acting as the gypsy, Mazzella, the smoker.
I'm telling you what, I'm thinking there is no way you don't know what you're doing.
I'll never tell.
Oh, that's so
gosh.
funny. Yeah, that is too funny.
We had a Ford dealer in 1932, Medley and Son.
I remember. Oh,
Medley?
God. Okay, before you go on any farther, let's put this picture up there. Where'd it go, Ty? Okay, wait a minute. I thought he had it. He's getting it.
He's getting it. Okay, but no, Medley and Son. Medley and Son was at 209 East North Avenue. So East North.
East North is my side where the theater's at.
Yeah. And 209 would be the second block down. So, like, kind of where the Clay Medical parking lot building.
I would think it would be that.
Around
Yeah,
there.
because I wonder if the blocks went on that. I mean, went on. Because Scudamore's is right there. That was where Scudamore's was at, where that parking lot's at.
Have
now.
you driven the new Ford? Scudamore's. Oh, they have an ad on every page, but it does not say their address.
Well, Scudamore's was right there, the building where the medical center's at now.
Okay.
Yeah, just a couple doors down from Valbert's, right there. Oh, looky here.
Oh, yeah, there I am. Stacy snapped that when I wasn't looking. This is in between skits, but yeah, we were both
Yeah,
gypsies.
let's zoom in.
Worst picture ever. Do not show that at my funeral.
Oh, that's the open picture.
No. Oh my goodness sake!
I can't believe it. And I'm not I don't ever take pictures. I'm terrible about it.
That must have really struck you as funny.
That was
Well, I was in the part. I was playing the part.
You were. I didn't chew tobacco. You took it.
Well, it said that she was a chain smoker. Like in the research about her, like she was a chain smoker. And I was like, well, it's important.
Well, it's easy to put an unlit cigarette in your mouth than to put chewing tobacco.
You could have put a big wad of chewing gum, not tobacco, but like chewing gum. And you kind of talk like that.
Do you know how hard it would be to talk?
Oh yeah, I bet
that would have been terrible. What else we got there?
Oh, I don't know. I was just going through some of the old names. They're just like if you really wanted to.
What funeral home was that?
Hancock Funeral Home.
Hancock.
Service of Sincerity. Ambulance service.
Well,
back when the ambulance came from the funeral home. I mean, that would be encouraging, wouldn't it? Well, I guess we're gonna have to call an ambulance.
Yeah. Because Hancock is where the Haskell's house was at. That was Hancock one time, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, just what I was going to say is if you are looking for an old-fashioned baby name or pet name, go back to old phone books. That's where the names are
Okay,
at.
let's
You want to hear some of them?
Yeah, I want to hear some of them now.
Hattie.
Hattie, I like Hattie.
Minnie.
Who?
Minnie.
Minnie?
Like Minnie Mouse?
My great-grandmother's name was Minnie. Actually, my mother's name was Dallas Jean. Her grandmother's name was Minnie Dallas.
Oh.
So Mom was like, I'm glad they didn't name me Minnie.
Yeah.
Because Mom was little.
Cora.
I like Cora. Matt Lovett's new baby's Cora.
Dora.
Oh,
Dora the Explorer. Okay. Dolly, which I think is adorable. Love the name Dolly. Florence. Naomi. Fern.
I like Fern.
Eva. Elizabeth. Martha. Walter. Walter's a great boy name. Helen Lieb just had a baby boy and named him Walter, and I think it's adorable.
Name's Walter?
Yes, it's so adorable. All of her kids have adorable names.
Well, what are they?
Eleanor, Walter, and I can't remember the other one.
What is
off
that?
the top of my head. Sorry, Helen. I don't remember.
Yeah, what is that? Yeah, I can't. I'm so bad with that. I can't remember. His name's Walter. Wonder if they're family names or I don't think they are. I don't know.
I think she just likes classy names.
Well, and her sisters are Lucy and Dorothy. Yeah.
Chester, Addie, Della, Ruby, Alice, Nellie, Rosa, Clara, Dorothy, Juanita, Lula, Daisy.
Lula. Daisy.
Mrs. Lula Palace. Then there was Daisy Palace.
Did I ever tell you about the little girl one time? And you don't hear the name Hazel anymore. She was.
Well, you kind of do. It's
coming back. Yeah. And this little girl was down at the ball field, and she had green eyes.
Oh gosh.
Fair skin, curly blonde hair, and her name was Hazel. And I'm like, I love you. That was. Hey, I'm like, oh my gosh, I had a great Aunt Hazel. Was
that Hazel Bird? That's the only Hazel I can think of.
I don't know. She was adorable. I don't know.
Yeah. Here's an Amy. You don't think about Amy like being in 1932, but there was an Amy there.
Because like when did names become? When did Stacey come a name?
I don't know. I'm gonna say like the 60s.
Yeah.
I feel like it was popular in the 60s.
Yeah.
And
it seems like it was like because when I was I was Stacey. There was Stacey Swaniger. I think that was the only ones. I mean. It wasn't. I wasn't a name, Stacey. It wasn't a name that I came across much. But now I feel like it's. I think there are a lot of people named. They must have caught on to my genius and decided to name their children after
Here
me.
we have May. We have Mamie, Josephine, Nadine, and then here's my great grandma Effie. I think that's cute.
My grandma. We were talking about Harry and Iris. My grandmother's middle name was Alethea.
Ooh, that's pretty.
And I love it. Iris Alethea.
That's pretty.
And I never knew this till like later on after I did. I'm like, why didn't I know? Because I didn't have a daughter, but Alethea is a beautiful name. And I've never heard of it.
I haven't heard of it either. Here's a Dorothea. Lottie. Phoebe.
Phoebe?
Phoebe's an old name.
I didn't realize that.
Phoebe, I think, goes back to like the Egyptians.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, it's not just from Friends.
I thought it was from the 90s.
Lutavia. It sounds like a ship. I guess it makes me think of the Lusitania.
Lutavia.
She was married to Charles Mann. Charles and Lutavia Mann.
Oh, man.
They lived at 114 West 2nd Street.
Huh, that's neat. Lutavia.
Yes.
Huh.
Yep. Faye. Here's a Flora. Flora Marshall.
Yeah.
Lived in Flora. Cecil May. I like it when there's two names. Cecil May.
I don't want here's what I don't like is like whenever you name your child and you spell it way out there. The kid's never going to be able to find a cool license plate for their bike.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. But like seriously, even Stacey was hard to find because there's not very many EYs. It's usually I or Y. But like you name your kid, well, just for instance, this way, Layton, you name a kid Layton, Layton, Leighton. I mean, it's like
everyone wants to make it different.
Yeah, it's still the same.
I know.
When you speak it. I know. I don't like all the weird spellings.
I don't like the weird spellings either because I'm a traditional phonics kind of gal. I like it
to
be traditional. But anyway, that's just me.
But that was kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
The old phone book. But it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder if you could, I don't know. I feel like the library for some reason would have all the phone books.
No, they don't. And in fact, like when I go to auctions, this is what I look for.
Phone books. You don't come across them very often.
Nope. In fact, the last one of the last estate sales I went to, I asked for phone books, and they're like, "Oh, we already threw all those away." They didn't know that we might want them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Maybe we should tell people if you have phone books out there, don't throw them away.
Give them to us. We'll take them.
We'll take them because they're very interesting.
Yep. Okay, so almost time to end the show already.
I know.
So we ended on a funny note, talking about
Deep
Thoughts by Jack
Handy. Okay, I haven't read this one yet, so we're winging it. One day, one of my little nephews came up to me and asked me if the equator was a real line that went around the earth or just an imaginary one. I had to laugh, because I didn't know. And I thought that maybe by laughing, he would forget what he asked me.
That's funny. But, I mean, have you ever been in a situation where a kid asks you something and you try to change the subject, kind of, because you're like, I don't know what he even said or what he meant. So,
I mean,
I don't know the answer.
I just kept laughing. And laughing, hoping he would forget what he asked me. I'll tell you, those deep thoughts, they're so silly and so fun.
I mean, when we ended the show with words to live by, that was good.
I
and
love
thoughtful,
that, but it kind of got to be the same thing.
Yeah, basically all of them were like,
this is just
live
funny.
your dream, seize the moment kind of thing. This is funny. This makes me laugh.
Yeah.
So.
I'm also going to, because like once we get through, and there's another one. This is Deeper Thoughts. This is actually his Jack Handy's second book, so I got to find the first one, and then I'm going to go on Amazon and just find like a book of jokes, and then maybe start incorporating jokes at the end. 'Cause it's funny just to not.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you ever have Jim back on here as your guest host, he always shows up with jokes.
Yeah, he does, and he's not coming back.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't know that's how he was going to do it. I thought we were going to actually have a real conversation.
Oh,
and then he just did stupid stuff the whole time. Yeah, and then it was like. He would say something, I'd be like, dad jokes. But anyway, we're almost done. Could you tell everybody where we're at, Beth?
So we are on channel 100, Catch TV, daily at 11 a.m. Our new episodes air on Thursdays and Fridays. You can find all of our episodes on YouTube. Just type in Beth and Stacey on YouTube, and our channel will pop up. Click on that, and you can find all of our shows. We're also on Facebook. You can like and follow us there. Reach out to us by email if you have any questions or comments at bytheway@gmail.com. And that is it for today.
I think that's it.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time.
God bless you and have a great day.